other officers, Mr. Saxena is here, who is looking after IT and electoral role. Mr. Sudeep Jain looks after EVM, VVPAT and other issues. Mr. Dilip Sharma is Expenditure Monitoring Director General. They will also brief you subsequently, and then floor will be open for question and answer. So over to Sinha sir, please brief the press. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear media friends. On behalf of Election Commission of India, I would like to give you a snapshot and brief information about the first phase of assembly election. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. On behalf of the Election Commission of India, I would like to give you a snapshot and brief information about the first phase of assembly elections to Gujarat held today. I'm happy to share the information that the poll process of the first phase of 89 assembly constituencies in 19 districts of Gujarat has passed off peacefully today and incident-free in Gujarat. So first of all, I would again like to thank the voters, youth, the various students and ambassadors of the educational institutions, volunteers, the elderly voters, the voters who are persons with disabilities, and the volunteers who provided assistance to them, all the state and district icons of the Gujarat for the peaceful conduct of the poll. I would also like to thank media for a very wide coverage and their incessant work for voter awareness that has been going on for last couple of months. I would like to thank all the women polling officials who managed the Sakhi polling station. This is the first experiment of its kind. In 89 polling stations in 89 assembly constituencies, these polling stations were all managed by the women officials. I would also like to thank the political parties, candidates and other stakeholders for cooperating to hold this peaceful conduct of the first phase of election. I would also like to thank the electoral machinery of the state, all the security forces, and especially the central police forces, who in a large number they were present in the election, and they, for the last about 1 month, they have been working hard to ensure the peaceful conduct of the election. Some of the major information about the election is like this. The Election Commission appointed during this phase 57 general observers, 79 expenditure observers, and then 39 expenditure observers, and 21 police observers for the supervision of the various activities of the poll process. For the first time in a big state like Gujarat, the EVMs and VVPATs were used 100% in all polling stations and constituencies. In this phase, total 2.1 crore electors were in this phase of election, and there was 100% coverage of photo in the electoral roll, and there was 99.9% epic coverage which was distributed to the electors. In this phase, there are total 977 contesting candidates, in which 919 were the male candidates and 58 are the female candidates. Out of the total candidates, 64 candidates contested from BSP, 89 from BJP, 1 from CPI, 87 from INC, 30 from National Congress Party, 2 from CPIM. 262 candidates contested from registered and unrecognized political parties, and 442 independent candidates contested the election today. Okay, to repeat once again, then total 977 contesting candidates participated, in which 919 were male and 58 were female candidates. Out of the total candidates, 64 candidates contested from BSP, 89 from BJP, 1 from CPI, 87 from INC, 30 from NCP, 2 from CPIM, 262 candidates contested from registered and unrecognized political parties, and 442 independent candidates contested in this election. A comprehensive drive was launched to register all the eligible persons in Gujarat state, and a special focus and a drive was launched to register the youth, women voters and persons with disability. At all the polling stations, the assured minimum facilities were provided, and a de novo registration program was done for the service electors. ETPBS was for the first time electronically transmitted. Postal ballot was for the first time used in a big state like Gujarat. Much in advance, the EVMs and VVPATs were provided to all the districts, and a comprehensive training and capacity was done for all the electoral machinery. And a big voters awareness program was launched in all the districts and polling station for the VVPAT and EVM awareness. Also, a big pool of engineers and technical persons were deployed for the training and for the support of the electoral machinery. A comprehensive voter education program was launched in the state for EVM VVPAT awareness and for enhancing the voters' participation. I'd also like to inform you that a lot of new IT initiatives were taken up in the state for the facilitation of political parties, candidates, voters at large, and the electoral machinery. The main IT applications which are used were the grievance monitoring system, Samadhan, and then permissions to for campaign to political parties with the name Suvidha, then transport monitoring system Sugam. Then a comprehensive online portal was launched, which is the returning officer net, that is the RO-net. And a digital electoral atlas for the first time was prepared for the entire mapping of the all the polling stations and all the major information which is there, so that could be seen digitally online by electoral machinery. So the planning was easy, and a comprehensive web-based information system and the social media-based information system was developed at the state level and at the district level also. A new feature was also that for the entire state, for the first time, all the persons with disabilities who are the electors, they were identified and mapped for every polling station, and the facilities which is required for each category of them, that was mapped. The large number of about 10,000 volunteers were provided to assist the elderly voters and the persons with disabilities, and all the necessary facilities like wheelchairs, assistance of volunteers, ramps, and all necessary facilitation was provided to them. I am very happy to also inform you that the large number of elderly voters participated, and many of them, one who is 126 years old, voter also participated, being probably the senior most or oldest person who participated. Apart from that, many who were even 100 or close to 100, or over 100, the electors participated. That was a very good feature. One more thing about the expenditure monitoring, in that a comprehensive management of expenditure monitoring was done, and a large number of flying squads, static surveillance team, video surveillance team were engaged immediately after the announcement of the election, and a lot of search and seizure was done in respect of liquor and cash, and also the jewelry and other precious metals. During this phase, in all the polling stations, the EVMs, CUs and VVPATs were used, and as much lesser than the machines were found faulty, although overall the number looks large, but as the proportion of the total machine used, the proportion of those which were faulty they were much less, and then immediate replacement was done of the EVM and the VVPATs, details which will be given by Mr. Sudeep Jain. Now about the major thing which is about the turnout of the of every district. So this time the turnout has been encouraging. In the first phase, the polling time was from 8 a.m. Till 5 p.m. In many of the places, as reported, till late the poll was going on. Those who stood in the queue at 5 p.m. So they would be given the opportunity to vote. So the final figures would come late in the evening, but the figure which has been now received to me, that I'll explain about it. The polling percentage. Yeah, the polling percentage in respect of the first phase of elections in all districts, that is 68%. Last time it was 70.7% in 2012. Before that it was about 60%. The figures for all the districts which have been roughly received, rough figures which have been received till now are like this. For Kutch it is 63%.
Last time how much it was?
70.75 in total. Yeah. So for Kutch this is 63%. For Surendranagar 65%. Surendranagar 65%. Morbi is 75%. Rajkot 70%. Jamnagar 65%. 65%. Devbhumi Dwarka 63%.